College lacrosse is back on Commonwealth Avenue. The second-place Boston University Terriers trying for their 7th win of the 2021 season, and tonight it's against the Brown Bears, playing their first contest of 2021. It's Friday Night Lacrosse on ESPN. A pleasant night at Nickerson Field, and we say hello from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm Jake Zimmer. Mike O'Brien is alongside me. Mike, 27th unique opponent in BU program history, and tonight it's the Brown Bears playing in their first game of the year.
Yeah, a bit of an opportunity in the face of adversity for both these teams, Jake. You think about BU and how they were supposed to play Holy Cross today, but that program had to shut down for the remainder of the season. But Ryan Pulley able to schedule the Brown Bears here for this maybe final matchup before the Patriot League playoffs. Meanwhile, the Brown Bears have not played in 411 days. The Ivy League season and sports overall have been shut down for the 2020-2021 season, so they get a chance to finally get on the field and play some lacrosse.
Take a look at some of the players to watch. The sophomore, Roy Meyer from BU, tied for 6th in the nation in turnovers caused. You can see he's going to be the X factor for the Terriers tonight, Mike.
I love watching this guy play, and we talk about the little things he does in terms that might not make the stat sheet, but apparently they do, because he is amongst the league leaders in those categories, but he has so many little things right there on the field to help the Terriers to victories that his teammates and coaching staff love.
It's quite a balanced attack for BU, and standing in their way is going to be the Brown netminder, Phil Goss, and the accolades speak for themselves with the senior goalkeeper.
Indeed, 3-time All-American. He, as a freshman, he led the entire NCAA field with 12.75 goals per game, and he's going to be in a bid here to perhaps make some more saves. The senior has to love being back there between the pipes.
Take a look at some of the lineups now. For Boston University, a little bit of a change. In goal tonight, it's Alex Gady, the transfer from Johns Hopkins. We are underway here at BU. 7:02 is the time of the game. It's a 57-degree sunny day here in Boston. Mike, we'll talk a little bit about the lineups and the folks that you see out here to start. But again, Alex Gady in goal for BU, wearing number 49 tonight. His first start as a Terrier.
Yes, the Johns Hopkins transfer getting his first start as a BU Terrier. His 5th appearance of the season, but the previous 4 all in relief. He's totaled 16 minutes this season. He's only had to make 5 saves. You figure he's going to be in position to make a lot more here against the Bears.
Brown, as we mentioned here, has not played in 411 days as BU goes to work. Boston University, as we know, one of the best riding and clearing teams in the entire nation. We'll get into some of the statistics a little bit more as the game goes on. BU in the white uniforms with the red shorts and the red letters. A broadcaster's dream, to be quite honest with you, and away we go.
And going back to our player of the watch, Roy Meyer getting the first turnover of the game here for the Terriers to nullify the first chance on offense for Brown.
BU going to work. Here's Christian Quadrino, the freshman from Holbrook, New York. And they find the back of the net early, only a couple of minutes into this one. On their first possession, ringing the bell, are the Terriers, 1-0.
And it looks like that was Kevin O'Hara, the senior attackman. So Ryan Pulley going with some of his older players here to begin the game. And Kevin O'Hara taking a perfect feed and placing it just by that right leg and stick of Goss.
Yeah, that's Kevin O'Hara's first on the year. Luis Perfetto, the assist. Perfetto was part of a loaded freshman class last year for Ryan Pulley. Was very pleased with their progression into this year as well, and so far paying off, Mike. 6-3 overall. Some big wins, some tough losses mixed in for BU, but overall you have to be pretty optimistic about the progress from the abbreviated season last year to where they are now.
Yeah, Luis Perfetto leading in that offense. Vince D'Alto not available today, but when the players that have supposed to been on the field have been there for the Terriers, they've been humming along offensively largely this season. And also, just another note on that Kevin O'Hara goal, the first of his collegiate career. So the senior comes right in here against the Bears and not only gets his first collegiate goal, but has the Terriers up 1-0.
Here's Quadrino working on the X, trying to beat Riley Stewart, the midfielder. And now over to Matt Hilburn. Mishandled pass, and it gets away from Perfetto. Here come the Brown Bears now.
Yeah, a bit of a tough pass, unforced error by Tommy Bork that time, trying to find Perfetto alone at the X, but just bounces up towards him. Too tough for Perfetto to handle, and so a missed opportunity once again there for the Terriers.
BU, as we mentioned, 6-3. And this is where they get really dangerous now in the ride. And the shot on goal, taking advantage of an empty net there, is Luke McCaleb for Brown.
So that's something you'll see from Garber a lot, and now you'll see here from Gainey from the BU Terriers. The 11-man ride. Gainey came way out of his net all the way over to the near sideline before realizing he needed to get back in net and get back in net fast. Not fast enough. Wide open cage, and the Bears are able to tie things up.
Well, Luke McCaleb from Brown, 99th career goal. He needs one more goal to become the 14th player in Brown history to reach the century mark in goals. So, another Brown attack that is quite honestly a bit formidable. Of course, this is their first game of the year. We'll have to see in what condition they come out with. 1-1 early, just about 3 minutes off the clock. As it's Trevor Yaboa Cody that will dish it off and start over here. Brown working from left to right. They are in their brown tops with some orange piping on the shoulder, as you can see there. A beautiful shot from our folks at the Patriot League TV.
I'm wondering how the Bears will handle their rotation here. As Coach Mike Daly, does he get, again, some of these older players in and gets them some minutes in what could be their only game of the season, or is it just about getting as much playing time for as many players as possible here for the Bears?
Nolan Rockefeller from Brown had his pocket picked by Patrick Morrison, the sophomore defender from BU, and away they go. We've talked about this riding and clearing, Mike, but just to quantify what we're seeing from BU this year, BU owns the 6th lowest opponent clearing percentage with 78.8%, and they own the 6th highest clearing percentage themselves with 89.3%. Games are won and lost in transition, and this is a very optimistic performance so far that we've seen from BU.
Indeed. They've been just money on the ride all season long. It's been the big foundation of their success here. Not only the ability to clear themselves, but to really put a wrench in the clear game of the opponents as well. And plus you have the cause turnovers, and Roy Meyer, as we spoke of already, kind of being the leader in that category and the entire structure for BU defensively.
Collins was looking for Perfetto, but he can't handle the pass, and Perfetto will have to start over. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. And now James Corcoran. Corcoran, the freshman from Point Lookout, New York, graduate of Chaminade, Lacrosse powerhouse. Firing away there is Jack Collins, but he goes wide right on Phil Goss.
Some good space there for that shot, able to find a soft spot in between the defense. Just couldn't get it on target, but good follow-up there by the Terriers to the end line.
5 seconds, only a couple left. Perfetto's going to have to wind up, take a shot on goal, and Phil Goss with his first save of the day, the 3-time All-American, getting on the stat sheet first.
Yeah, good job. Just trying to get a shot in on net as that shot clock was winding down to 0. Maybe get a rebound and a chance to reset that shot clock. But Goss showing why he's an All-American, not only making the save, but controlling the ball as well, making sure that no second chance came about there for the Terriers.
So Brown gets to work. Their last win and their last game was against number 8 Virginia. And if your ears you think are deceiving you, no, they are not. Right in front of the net, a beautiful shot from Devin McLean, an equally great save from Gainey, his first of the day.
Well, so far, Gainey 1 for 1 for saves that he is in the net for. And that's a nice stop there to prevent the Bears from taking the lead here in the first quarter.
Robert Gallup completes the clear. But Brown, as we were describing before that shot, 14-13 win over the defending national champion, Virginia. And for those lacrosse aficionados tuning in tonight, Lars Stiffany, the head coach of Virginia, built the program at Brown essentially, and then Brown was able to score an upset. And a nice save from Phil Goss as he scoops it off the ground.
You wonder how offensive this game is going to be here tonight, Jake. Again, we've talked about Goss and his abilities in between the pipes for the Bears, and we've spoken already about this Brown, coast to coast. Oh, goodness. Coast to coast is Ryan Augavin,
the senior from Glen Head, New York. He came all the way down the field, basically cleared it himself. Brown leads 2-1.
Well, I was about to talk about the Terriers' defense, and now that's the strength of the team. But Ogden, like you said, end-to-end and just ripped it just as he stepped inside the box, and a perfectly placed shot on the off-stick side there of Gainey. And unsurprisingly, kind of the two players offensively that we were thinking might have some good games or big games here for the Bears, McCaleb and Ogden, and their scores so far.
Yeah, Ryan Ogden is the leading returning point scorer for Brown. 18 points last year with 7 assists and 11 goals back in the abbreviated season. 2-1. Scoreboard favors Brown over the Terriers. Jake Zimmer alongside Mike O'Brien. Happy you're joining us for what's turned out to be quite a pleasant night here in Boston. It was absurdly cold for April yesterday, as Gainey picks this off, and it's a ground ball win, not necessarily a save there. The pass goes errant now. Brown takes over once more. A little bit of struggles early so far this game, Mike, as BU's having a little bit of trouble clearing and riding again.
Well, Gainey with the quick outlet pass trying to find the freshman John Marshall, but a little bit off the mark and couldn't be collected cleanly there by Marshall. So right back on offense go the Bears.
First quarter halfway over. Bears with a 1-goal lead. Working is George Grell. Looks like it was a roll dodge there. He's able to put it on net, but just wide of Gainey.
Yeah, sneaky shot there on the backhand as Grell tried to see if he could sneak that by Gainey if he was napping between the pipes, but no
Darian
matter.
Cook, my goodness, coming around from all the way behind the net at the X. Scores, puts it past Gainey, his first. 3-1, now we get a timeout. Ryan Poley going to talk it over with the Terriers. Brown leads 3-1. It's Patriot League TV on ESPN.